are now listening to Mr. Z Blackneffect.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Excuse me if I'm borging. I cannot help it. Hopefully you guys can hear me well. Let me get a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. And we will be reviewing Bun Me again. But this one is good. She's reviewing something from Pop the Balloon. We have a couple of other videos we will be reviewing, right? Shout out to the content creators. And shout out to Compassion and Callous. I saw something on his channel that I want to speak on also. And we're just, oh, so you guys can hear me clearly. Ha 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 ha. It happens, but well, let's not count it because, you know, you're reckless. Don't put in the comments. Hopefully we stay clear, but I can't promise anything. So we ain't gonna say nothing. We just gonna keep on streaming like it ain't nothing. Anyway, do not put in the comments. Continuing. So which one do I want to start off with? I guess we'll use Bun Me towards the end, maybe. Let's see how long this can go. Let's actually, because y'all might get another video later on tonight, another live stream, but we'll see. We will see about that. All depends. Let's click this because I saw this and I found it interesting. It's gonna be a little rage baity. So y'all prepare thyselves, take your blood pressure medication and whatnot. But we're playing this for a reason because this emphasizes the lack of concern and care, and we already know what this leads to in the long run. Shout out to all of you Gen Z brothers that listen to Mr. Z, all you Gen Z black men. This was your mothers. I don't care what your mom say. Go ask extra men. To all you Gen Z men, what I'm about to play, this is how your mama sound. To all you, well, alphas shouldn't be listening to Z. If you're an alpha, if you're Generation Alpha, do not listen to Z at 14 and 15 years old. Go play some video games or go read or something and go play with your friends and go study and chase after little girls and whatnot. But yeah, for all you Gen Z, the adult Gen Z, these were your mamas. For us millennials, these were our moms too, but our moms were boomers, right? Z, could you play the clip already? Continuing.
Saw a video that said female logic is they'd rather pay 100% of their bills than go 50-50. And there's women in the comments still saying, yeah, well, that's a roommate. I don't want a roommate. I want a man or whatever, right? Okay. What I'll say is maybe you'd have a point. Maybe you'd have a point if this was 1950, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000s maybe. Maybe you'd have a point. It is 2026. We are in the worst recession since the Great Depression. During the Great Depression, 49% of adults 18 to 30 lived at home. Right now, it's like 52, 53%. We're in a worse economic stance right now than people were in the Great Depression. Okay? Apartments back in 2019, a nice one, $700, $800 a month. That was a nice one. One of the luxury, the nice ones, $700. I remember I was looking at them. I was in high school and I was about to graduate. I was like, oh, only $800 a month. I can do that. Easy, right? Easy. Pandemic hit. You look at that same apartment now, almost $2,000 a month.
So basically, you're trying to manipulate a woman into believing that she needs to accommodate you by paying 50% of the bills and letting you pay 50% of the bills. But if you stay by yourself when you pay 100%, but a lot of times that's not what happens. Men usually wind up staying with their mama and paying 20% of the bills, if that, or sleeping on your grandmama's floor and paying nothing. Or you find a woman with low self-esteem that does not realize her worth, and she allows you to come into the doors paying 50%. But a smart woman would never do that. We understand that throughout the relationship, it's going to be ups and downs. There are going to be times when we pay 100%. There are going to be times when you pay 100, times when there's 70-30. It's going to be times when it's 80-40. But you're not walking up into no door talking about you are the man of the house. You wear the pants. You're supposed to be the provider and the protector. And you want to start off paying 50%. A lot of times when that happens, the woman usually winds up carrying the bulk of the burden. 90 to 100% of her time is cleaning the house, cooking the food, and taking care of the kids. Because when you are living together, usually what happens is families are created. Women, stand your ground. No, we should not be sharing 50-50 with you. It does not have to be the 90s, 80s, 70s, or 2000s. Go get you a job, hustle hard, be a man, and quit crying. If you live by yourself, you would have to pay 100%. If you live with your woman, you could at least pay 70 or 80%.
Y'all heard that clear. Now we know what the long run for. Look, Mr. Z is trying, so I'm trying not to. Look, we ain't gonna use profanity, but oh, it's there. Excuse me already if the words come out, if the 4-letter words come out. Mr. Z is hold it. Oh, he's trying to hold it. Right? Y'all heard that. I want all you lame ass technocrats to appreciate this is the prevailing view. That's why they're not having your babies, your future tax base. is in this woman's attitude. And I'm not saying she don't have no kids. I'm just saying. And no, black women are just loud and boisterous about it, but white women are on the same type of time. Even some Latinas and Asian women are on the same type of time. You want to know where your future tax base and your military age and your overproducing men are? It's with her attitude. And by the way, to all black men in specific, we know what this looked like in the long run. Let them know, Taylor.
This careless and quite frankly crass attitude that black women in general have about being the most single and the most overweight is, in my opinion, more alarming than the stats themselves. Who gives a F? You should give an F. And I'm going to give you one reason why, among many, which I will be reporting on shortly. One big reason has to do with money and the life that will go on as you age. Black women, single, college educated, at age 60 and older, carry a median wealth of $11,000. In contrast to black married women, $424,000. White unmarried women, $384,000. That's how the stats are laid out, y'all. So what does this mean? Simply put, it means you will age poor. You are not going to have any money. So the life that will go on is going to be rougher than you think, and more people are going to be crying than you'll admit.
Oh, and it's not done yet.
Because ain't nobody trying to be 60 and broke. I'm going to keep it a buck. The data in this chart sucks, but there's hope. So the data in this chart suggests that black women who have a degree but are single at 60 have a net worth of $11,000, which, as we know, that's just not enough to live off of. Whereas if you're married and have a college degree at 60, you have a net worth of around $424,000. And the reason why I say this sucks is because I don't particularly like something that is beyond my control to be able to impact the quality of my life. Like, it's literally not within our control if we're married at 60. I mean, we have influence on that, but it's like, it's 50-50, right? It takes two to tango. And so that does suck. However, the decision to build wealth is within your control. And when you know better, you do better. So I am going to direct your attention to what the wealthy do.
And hopefully you guys can still hear me. And the Arena Revise informed me I misspelled Paril. Damn you, corrective spelling. It tried to spell peril, and I was trying to fix it to peril, and I was in a rush, and then it just happened. We'll fix that after the stream. We will fix that after the stream. Goddamn predictive text. Okay, hopefully you guys can still hear me. So once again, as the young lady said, and we know this, the women don't care. We know they stand at the finish line. She said 70 to 80% stop whining and crying. She's very boisterous about it. We know that non-black women, many of them think this too. Once again, to all of you black pastors, to all of you black talking heads and pundits, stop chastising the young men for dating the Latina and the white girl who don't have a problem building. This young lady said 70, 80%. That's not even the society we live in. She said, stop crying and whining. I'm not saying there's not white women who think this. There's not Latinas who think this. There's definitely not Asian women who think this. We know that this is the case. But everybody's trying to find a safe place, a comfortable place where there's less of this attitude and demeanor. Let's be very clear. Y'all saw how aggressive she was with it, how mean she was with it, how dismissive she was with it. There's nothing wrong with that. We will see. This young lady, she might be okay at 60 when she's reaching retirement, 60 and 62 and 65. Her money, all her ducks might be in a row. She might be okay. The masses of women, black women in specific, will not be. And the masses of them think like this. I keep on saying it. I will continue to say it. In the next few years, not even the next few years, sorry, in the next few decades, when these women are approaching retirement age, and they start trying to lobby the U.S. government for more money in Social Security, if there is even a Social Security, there won't be. Maybe not, right? We won't say for certain, but maybe not. When they start trying to find comfortable places to land with men, all of a sudden, all you men who had no children or you had a child and it didn't work out with the mother and whatever, and you've been single for decades or a decade, women like this, maybe not her in specific, but women like this will be coming back around. I want you to understand they're going to be air quotes loving on you because they can't afford to live. And they don't want to be in that house in the apartment with another woman. Huh? Let's be clear. I am playing that clip so y'all could see. Shout out to all you technocrats, you pundits, you talking heads, you demographers. Stop pestering the men with this idea of being likable and developing personality and as if the men can make up for your daughters, American women, your daughters' hypergamy with just being upstanding citizens and emotional intelligence and domestic labor and helping out with the children. No, the women said the money is the motive. The money is first. The money is first. There's nothing wrong with that, everyone. Bruce, yeah. Bruce Wayne says, "Z, you okay?" I hope y'all guys can hear me. So, exactly. And Starman says, "Loving on you because they can't live without you." Tough. To be honest with you, that I suspect that is going to be a preponderance of women. That's not going to be exclusively a black woman thing. I would argue it's going to be a disproportionate number of black women who have that. Quite frankly, because black women ran their idea of negative liberty all the way to the edge of the cliff and then they fell off. And they're enjoying it right now because they're free falling. Right? They're free falling. So it feels nice and it's liberating now. But the check gonna come due for millennial women and for Gen Z black women. Millennial black women and Gen Z. We're watching extras go through it now. Even for the ones with money. That's why Claudia is speaking. That's why Lisa Ray is even speaking. That's why Vivica A. Fox is speaking. That's why Taraji is speaking. All of those women. And remember, that's the best of us. Air quotes, the best of us. Oh, you said I sound muffled. Okay, let's see if I can fix that. Gives you a second. Gives you a second. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hopefully I found better now. Let me know. Right? So, hopefully, guys, you can still hear me. That sucks because I was kind of on a roll. But going back. So, this is why this matters. At scale, as a community, as a society, right? When you have a preponderance of women who are sacrificing their future stability for giving men the middle finger, for the gender war, for telling you that you can't afford them, which essentially is what this young lady said. It sound good now. That spiteful rhetoric sound good now. That aggressive, antagonistic rhetoric sound good now. We will see in the next 3 decades that, by the way, black men, that is not something to celebrate. It is something sad. Because unlike our parents and our grandparents, many of these women wouldn't have had children. Not all of them. So that means she's going to be struggling without even the children to lean on, without the child that still lives with her in his or her 30s, or without her living with the child. And the child, in the adult child's 40s and 50s. This is ugly. The women just don't know it yet. For us millennials and Gen Z, this is ugly. The women just don't know it yet. For the smartest of them, they're like, "Ooh, I gotta make sure I don't care to be with a man like that unless we're having bedroom fun. I don't want to have kids, or I already have my one kid. That's it." They're already trying to get their money together. For a handful of them, for the masses of them, they're gonna run right into that wall at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And I'm saying it now, and I'll say it last year in 2025. I'm saying it in 2026. They will be in the next 30 years, if it even take that long. I say the next 20 some odd years. As millennials reach retirement age, even if there is no social security, they will be looking for a comfortable place to land. Dear black men, That includes you and a white woman who never did anything with a black man ever. Don't think it's only gonna be black women. Those Latinas, the racist anti-black ones, those white girls, maybe even an Asian or two who used to deal with Brad. Don't think none of those women are above trying to find a comfortable place to land with you, even if she never did nothing with no damn man. I mean, yeah, you know what? Actually, that was a Freudian slip, even for the LGBTQ women. That was a Freudian slip. I wasn't even trying to say that, but add it onto the list. Huh? So we're gonna play that clip again. Y'all heard the young lady and tag it. Look, just listen, just dismiss it and listen to what the brother said. The young man, he's trying to say, hey, look at the environment. And she said the same thing Chrissy said to me a couple years ago. All that sound nice, it sound like excuses. Chrissy pretty much said, Z, you're using excuses. And no, she did not say Z's name, but she was addressing me, right? This young lady saying the same thing. All that sound nice. Dear black men is here. Keep a mental note of this. So when we're in our 50s and our early 60s, and the 50 some odd, it's not even like we're gonna be looking at them like that. Anyway, and the 50 some odd year old women and the 60 some odd year old women, now they all trying to be booed up with you. Appreciate why. If she would allow you, check her finances, check what she getting for pension or 401k payments, payouts, or or what she got from her job, the drop program. I know that's what we call it in South Florida for some of the different municipalities and cities. Everything is said different, where they tell you to stay on a few more years and they give you a big lump sum. But yeah, check that if she allow you. And that will tell you everything. If she says she's not getting nothing, or it's only a little 100 and something thousand, and she plan on living, and she might live for another 15 years, it's not enough. Huh? Let's be very clear. So I am playing this for you guys to emphasize that. It sound good. Shout out to all the ladies. It sound good. Right? So we're gonna play it one more again.
Saw a video that said female logic is they'd rather pay 100% of their bills than go 50-50. And there's women in the comments still saying, yeah, well, that's a roommate. I don't want a roommate. I want a man or whatever, right? Okay. What I'll say is maybe you'd have a point. Maybe you'd have a point if this was 1950, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000s maybe. Maybe you'd have a point. It is 2026. We are in the worst recession since the Great Depression. During the Great Depression, 49% of adults 18 to 30 lived at home. Right now, it's like 52, 53%. We're in a worse economic stance right now than people were in the Great Depression. Okay? Apartments back in 2019, a nice one, $700, $800 a month. That was a nice one. One of the luxury, the nice ones, $700. I remember I was looking at them. I was in high school and I was about to graduate. I was like, oh, only $800 a month. I can do that. Easy, right? Easy. Pandemic hit. You look at that same apartment now, almost $2,000 a month.
So basically, you're trying to manipulate a woman into believing that she needs to accommodate you by paying 50% of the bills and letting you pay 50% of the bills. But if you stay by yourself when you pay 100%, but a lot of times that's not what happens. Men usually wind up staying with their mama and paying 20% of the bills, if that, or sleeping on your grandmama's floor and paying nothing. Or you find a woman with low self-esteem that does not realize her worth, and she allows you to come into the doors paying 50%. But a smart woman would never do that. We understand that throughout the relationship, it's going to be ups and downs. There are going to be times when we pay 100%. There are going to be times when you pay 100, times when there's 70-30. It's going to be times when it's 80-40. But you're not walking up into no door talking about you are the man of the house. You wear the pants. You're supposed to be the provider and the protector. And you want to start off paying 50%. A lot of times when that happens, the woman usually winds up carrying the bulk of the burden. 90 to 100% of her time is cleaning the house, cooking the food, and taking care of the kids. Because when you are living together, usually what happens is families are created. Women, stand your ground. No, we should not be sharing 50-50 with you. It does not have to be the 90s, 80s, 70s, or 2000s. Go get you a job, hustle hard, be a man, and quit crying. If you live by yourself, you would have to pay 100%. If you live with your woman, you could at least pay 70 or 80%.
Hopefully you guys can hear me. I will be borging a little bit, I think. Let's make sure we say this again. Dear black men, women like this, you gotta make them mean it. For all of us that you're worried about how the young women and their behavior, women like this, you gotta make them mean it at scale. We gotta make them mean it in 20, 30 years. KMS said 10 years. We're going to address the comments in a minute. You got to make them mean it. It sound good. I don't care how cold they make it sound like we are and how sexist they make it sound like we are and misogynistic and you're wishing on the downfall of the women. Actually, I'm not. Actually, I'm not. Right? But let's be clear. If y'all want better behavior from our daughters and our granddaughters' generation, you got to make women like this mean every bit of it. Huh? It sound good. But we know that your average woman, black woman in her 60s, is out here struggling, especially if she have no kids. Because that means she never got no child support, she never got married to be subsidized, and she has no one to lean on. And if she came from humble beginnings, that means mom and dad ain't really leave her nothing like that neither. Oh, the struggle is real. So it sound good. It sounds empowering. It sounds spiteful toward the men. It sound good. Shout out to all the ladies. I get it. Mr. Z's a person too. Huh? Right? And it sound good to say that. But dear black men, I don't care if she white, black, Latina, Asian, or otherwise, you gotta make women like this mean that. They gotta sit with that when they're in their 60s. God forbid she live until 70, 80 something plus. You gotta make her mean it. All the women that we see their face, they're showing their face and they talking like this, you gotta make her mean it. Huh? If your girl ever say, yeah, I used to talk to such and such online and here go clip of me and she talking crazy, I don't care if it's 20 years later. Know that she meant that. Shout out to all you paymasters, all of you who's listening to Z right now, 20 years in the future. Make sure your lady ain't one of the ones I'm describing, because all you are is Captain Save 'em. That's all you are. What Jason Black call him, pension pimping. That's all you're doing. Huh? Yeah. So I want to be clear. Be careful with these types. They're sexist. They're misandrous. They see you as nothing but a walking wallet, overglorified guard dog. You got to be careful with these types. You're not a human being to her. You're not a being. You're not a human being. You're a human doer. You're not even human. Huh? And your manhood will be judged harshly by your production capacity. You can't do nothing with a woman like this. And BS, she ain't riding with you if you lose your job. What Chris Rock said, we got to get rid of some of this ish. You're the some of this ish. She gone, bro. And KMS says, the pendulum is already swinging in their direction. The smart ones already sidestep. The others brace for impact. Bro, it's gonna be sad. Huh? So let's be very clear. That young lady, you heard what the young man said. He tried to, speak about the environment and all this stuff, and she didn't want to hear none. She didn't not even want to. She didn't hear none of that. It's all excuses and whining. I want to be very clear. It's not just her. It's not just other black women. It's women, particularly in the Western world, in the developed world. All they hear is once men start talking about the environment and economics, I get it. I get it. Shout out to all you top 20% men, white, black, Latino, Asian, and otherwise. Run through them, have fun with them. And hopefully you could carry the sky with them too, because for the rest of us, if we get lucky and we pipe, so be it. But we ain't trying to do nothing with them. Huh? You heard what the young man said. He's trying to make this make sense. The women said, F that. Girl logic, girl math. Huh? And Mr. O says, and we have girl dads here. Ain't nothing wrong with a girl dad, except if he ain't telling his adult daughter. I don't know about talking to your daughter like this when she like 12. I ain't saying all of that. But, and Mr. O says, I'm here for all these girl dads, simp husbands, and fathers that also contributed to this tomfoolery and now going to have to care for their wife, daughters, and grandchildren too. You know, there's a brother, he was on tonight's conversation. I think he had a conversation with Dread Brother, somewhat muscular, not super swole though, but somebody gonna know who I'm talking about. He had a conversation with Anton Daniels, and he was the one that said, I want to say it was last year sometime, that he's raising his daughter to end up with a provider, and there's nothing wrong with that necessarily, but the way he was speaking like a hyper provider. Nothing wrong with that. And quite frankly, you know, depending on your class position and your network, your daughter could end up with that guy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But once again, at scale, particularly in the Black community, these women just gonna be out here. They're gonna be going from situationship to situationship, short-term relationship, long relationship, medium long. I know. Pause. Right. Relationship. I don't even want to say long-term relationship or marriage. Maybe marriage for like 5 years ish. Sound good? No. So the Mr. O, look, that's the cost. That's what the ladies want. There's nothing wrong with that until you scale it. And I'm saying it now. They're going to try to find a way to get the money out of you same men they gave the middle finger to. All of us men who are going to be childless in the next couple decades, those same women, that same exact class of women, listen to what Mr. Z is saying, the same exact women who never had kids, who might have been married for a blink of an eye, or maybe never married, those same women in mass are going to be looking for a comfortable place to land with you and trying to get the US government to tax the crap out of you and tax the crap out of those kids that your brothers and sisters them had to fund her life, because she's not going to be able to afford it. And if the trend stays the same, which it will be, women pass years after men. So we get out of here in our 60s, 70s. They get out of here in their maybe 60s, but definitely 70s and 80s. Oh yeah, she gonna need somehow she gotta float. She gonna want them taxes from the kids your brothers and sisters and cousins them had. Huh? That's crazy. I sound muffled again. Wait a minute. Can you guys hear me better now? I don't know what's going on. That's annoying. Right? That is annoying. I wonder what's going on where I sound muffled. Yeah. Yeah, let's see if we can fix that. Give me a second, y'all. How about now, everyone? How about now? Yeah, bought these new headphones and they're giving me problems. Oh, you said I sound fine. My apologies. So that you know what? That's my bad, because I actually didn't realize I had scrolled up. That's what you get, Z. That's what you get. You're doing too much, right? So y'all saw what the young lady said. I played it twice. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. I'm gonna read KMS's super chat, and then we're gonna get underway to the next one, because it kind of goes right into that. And pause. And KMS says there's gonna be a civil war. The sisterhood rhetoric isn't congruent with their day-to-day struggle. Hashtag too much pain in the system. Yes, but I would argue, KMS, too many everyday salt of the earth average women, they kind of like this rhetoric, even if that's not the life they're living, even if they do want a man, even if they're struggling financially. They like to listen to these women stick it to the man. That one, kind of pun intended. Kind of pun intended. Yes, what you thinking? Yeah, that part. They love it. So you're right, KMS, that their lived reality is completely different, but they love this. They love this. And we know how chronically single Black women are. Black women blame it on everything but their behavior. I mean everything. They say you have the inferiority complex. You're insecure about black women who have college degrees. Your colorist, featurist, texturist, fat phobic, right? You hate your mama. You hate the black community. You're all of this stuff. It's never their attitude and demeanor, right? You don't want to get right with a black woman, and you rather go to a white woman because she's softer, and all. It's every single thing, but their outlook and their view of themselves, black men, black children, being black generally in America, right? So yes, KMS, you're right. Their lived reality is completely different than this crap that a bunch of these people are spewing, especially on the internet. It sound good. You're 100% right about that. We know black women ain't making no money in mass, right? But every time Ebony K. Williams talk about how great black women are doing and kick ass, and right, Cheyenne Bryant and all of these folks, Kim Foster and Angela Rye, all these women, the Tiffany Cross, black women just kicking ass. A handful of them got some monies in a degree worth of damn. But all of a sudden, you let these women talk, and black women are just kicking ass. Entrepreneurship, and they just carrying the whole world on their back. We know what it is. Huh? Saint Cyr says, don't forget you hate yourself. Can't forget that. Huh? Oh, man. So to be very clear, it sounds good. It sounds empowering. It sounds liberating. You get to stick your middle finger up at the men. Shout out to all the ladies. Sound good. We'll see. Right. And that dovetails right to this one. And shout out to Bun Me again. Yep. Once again, there's another video. Y'all prepare yourselves. Take your blood pressure medications. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat, and be ready for, oh boy, here we go.
When was the last time you actually got truly chosen and not just wanted?
Look, I'm giving him a chance to think about that. That's a thinker.
It was a great question, but I am gonna pop. Okay. And I hope that I explained this correctly, but I feel like when I hear the word chosen, it almost relinquishes the power to somebody else. Like my value is in whether or not they see me as valuable. And I don't know, does that make sense to you? Am I explaining that correctly?
I respect what you said, but it does not make sense to me. But
yeah,
I definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah, that's just what it means to me. When I think of somebody choosing me, I think of like, I'm almost saying like, oh, I'm valuable because they see me as valuable. But I'm valuable because I know that I'm valuable. So I don't need to be chosen by anyone. And I didn't really like that verbiage.
Of course he didn't understand her, because men see everything as something to be earned and rewarded. Love and relationships, no different. See, that's the duality that men see women in. They think that there are women that you desire and women that you earn. And women who are to desire are not women who are to be earned. So they believe that a woman who lets you desire her without earning her is not a woman deserving of their respect. Women are not looking at people as things to be earned and rewarded, nor are they looking at themselves as things to be earned and rewarded. Women are seeking connection, mutual exchange, reciprocity. Like I keep saying, women are experiential creatures. We're talking energy, resonance. And this is why it's so hard to date men, because when a man takes you on a date, he buys you flowers, he pays for dinner, he pays for the movie. He feels like he's earned a date, right? Instead of exchanging genuine energy and connection, they think the monetary experience is more important than the energetic exchange. And instead of enjoying and being present in the energetic experience that we're already engaged in, they become hyper-focused on a secondary energetic exchange, which is sex. Men don't really think about what sparks a woman's desire, because historically men have never really had to. Because women have had to historically depend on men for survival, they didn't have time to hyper-focus on their desires or what they wanted energetically from a relationship. Anyways, this conversation could really go somewhere else. It's men who feel like they have to earn love and affection, while women are the ones creating it. Foundational mismatch. I'm creating, generating, and you're seeking, stealing, pillaging. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Remember, this is the same woman that I played a day or two ago that said she's not advocating for the matriarchy. She is. Now let's address something. Let's address the Pop the Balloon show first. Madam, you're on Pop the Balloon show. You're literally in a line with other women trying to get chose, saying you don't want to get chose. You don't like the way it sounds, because it sounds disempowering. You're literally, I mean quite literally, in a line with other women where a man is saying yes, no, yes, no. literally in a line. I mean, you're literally in a line trying to get shows talking about you don't like the way it sounds. All these people are off their rocker. I said it. Let me say it again. It doesn't matter how educated they are, how intelligent they are, how well spoken they are, which school they went to, their pedigree, their background. The second we start talking about man, woman, all the logic go out the window. It goes out the window. And then to have Bun Me critique it, and still she just jumped right over the fact that homegirl said, I don't like the way that you say they're trying to take Charles, and it feels what disempowering, madam. One of the biggest issues these weirdo feminists have, the heterosexual ones at least, is you want to get shows, you just don't want us to say that you're trying to get shows because it feels like the power's in the man's hands. Wait for it, because it is. Oh, man. I mean, I choose me. But who asked you that? Who asked you? Wait, what? You choose you? Here's a rose toy. Get out of my face. Oh, these people, they are so obsessed with the idea of their autonomy. Huh? They are so obsessed with the idea of their own independence and their self-love and self-validation that when they're literally trying to be chose, they don't want someone to actually say it. Why are you on the Pop the Balloon show, madam? In a line with other women, wait for it, trying to be chose. Oh, that's frightening. You're in the line, ma'am. Oh, man. You imagine being in a line and you get up to the cashier with your items and you say, you know what? I ain't trying to buy these things. Wait, what? Oh, that's scary. Oh, that is scary. Oh, that's frightening. Woo! Shout out to you white and black, air quotes, elder feminists. Oh, y'all did a number on the black community, especially black women. Oh, y'all did a number on them. Oh, they broke in like it's off the Richter. It breaks the Richter scale how broken they are. That's frightening. Shout out to whoever end up with her in the future. Have fun. Have fun with this air quotes logic. Oh, that's frightening. Now, to Bun Me and what Bun Me said, and we're going to play the video again in a minute. Bun Me, that sounds nice, but maybe then we should leave the women to the men with all the energy and no money. Or a little bit of money and all the energy. Huh? Because that sounds nice. Right? It sounds nice to say, you know, women are looking for connection and women are looking for this and women are looking for that. And it sounds nice to say that in the exchange of energy, right? The exchange of energy. And the men only know how to be earned and all that sound nice until we play something like this.
What top tier? Your dick is not equal to my fucking pussies. Point blank period.
His dick ain't equal to your fucking bills neither.
God damn. Look, at the end of the day, I ain't
them bills got your name on it. They don't have his dick name on it.
At the end of the day, I ain't fucking no broke ass nigga. Do what you want with your pussy.
Yeah, you don't have to fuck no broke ass nigga.
Straight up.
Look, you can fuck a nigga that ain't broke. That's not a problem. But just because he ain't paying your bills, don't mean he fucking broke. That mean it ain't his goddamn responsibility. Your bills got your name on it. It don't have his dick name on it.
Okay, you're right. I land my plane.
You see how that mouth tight?
Exchange of energy, right? They're just looking for connection and exchange of energy, right? Yeah, that's it.
Niggas be so quick to let me take you on a trip. Let me take you on a trip. Pay a fucking bill. Pay a bill. Pay a goddamn bill.
Always begging. Damn.
Can we get on the phone? No, get on the phone with billing. Don't talk to me. Talk to billing.
Exchange of energy, right? They're just looking for connection. Yeah, that's it.
This is what I tell average looking and below average looking women. If you can't date up, be alone. Life is easier that way. And I know that's controversial. I don't care. I don't care.
See, how long you gonna do this? Exchange of energy, right? They're just looking for connection.
That if you are broke and I choose to deal with you, I will belittle you. It is what it is.
Yeah. Just looking for connection, everyone. And throwing a good white girl in the mix. Well, probably foreign white girl.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Are you single?
Yes.
Why are you single right now?
Because the men are not enough rich to take care of me.
So you're looking for a rich man?
Yes. Yes, I want to be spoiled.
Why does he have to be rich?
Because I want to be spoiled. Because I make my own money and I need to be dominated.
Yeah, exchange of energy. The women are just looking for exchange of energy, right? Yeah. The first thing out the women's mouth is money, and it doesn't matter if she has her own. It doesn't even matter if she's earning really good money, highly educated. The first thing out the masses of women's money, it don't matter her status, her education, her lineage, her background, the first thing out her mouth is the money, and yet we're looking for connection, exchange of energy. Oh man, look, man, yeah, this gender war and stuff got y'all looking like full fools. Full fools. Oh, that's some scary stuff, y'all. That's some scary stuff. Both the homegirl from Pop the Balloon and Bun Me. That's frightening. Look, you've got to leave them out, dear black men. Leave them for the white boys or the Latinos or whoever the hell, or other women. Leave them out. You can't do nothing with them. Dear black men, what can you do with black women that sound like this? And homegirl that was on Pop the Balloon, she could have been ADOS. She could be any type of background, some type of continental African, maybe her people from the Caribbean. We don't know. You got to leave her out there. Leave her for the white dudes. Huh? I bet you she won't have a problem being air quotes chose by one of them. You can't do nothing. Shout out to all of you pastors and you preachers and you technocrats and you talking heads and pundits. Mr. Z over here mixing and matching. All you black ones, shout out to you. We can't do nothing with your daughters, bro. They're impossible. To all you fathers of a 20-some-odd-year-old, maybe early 30-some-odd-year-old, she's single as hell. We can't do nothing with her. You want to know why your daughter's so single? We can't. It's impossible. Thank you, Krabby. Krabby says, Brad, she needs your help. It got to be Brad. Because the rest of us in society, maybe a Latino, if she's a black woman, she'll go, right? Honestly, a black woman will go with anyone. Goddamn, so you said out loud, I meant it. We can't do nothing with her. Impossible. You can't do nothing with her. I know a lot of black fathers, they don't want to hear that. I get it. I get it. But when your daughters sound like this, she either gonna end up with another woman, black woman, or with a Brad, and knock on wood, hopefully it worked. Or she just out here. We can't do anything with this. It's impossible. Bun Me over here, a full-on gynocrat, don't want to own it. Homegirl from Pop the Balloon is looking to be chose and don't like for a man to say, okay, what's the difference and blah, 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 and however he said it, we're going to play it again. She don't even like the idea of wanting to be chose, even though she's on Pop the Balloon looking to be chose. Y'all are weird. Continuing.
When was the last time you actually got truly chosen and not just wanted?
Look, I'm giving him a chance to think about that. That's a thinker.
It was a great question, but I am gonna pop. Okay. And I hope that I explained this correctly, but I feel like when I hear the word chosen, it almost relinquishes the power to somebody else. Like my value is in whether or not they see me as valuable. And I don't know, does that make sense to you? Am I explaining that correctly?
I respect what you said, but it does not make sense to me. But
Yeah,
I
mean,
definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah, that's just what it means to me. When I think of somebody choosing me, I think of like, I'm almost saying like, oh, I'm valuable because they see me as valuable. But I'm valuable because I know that I'm valuable. So I don't need to be chosen by anyone. And I didn't really like that verbiage.
Of course he didn't understand her, because men see everything as something to be earned and rewarded. Love and relationships, no different. See, that's the duality that men see women in. They think that there are women that you desire and women that you earn. And women who are to desire are not women who are to be earned. So they believe that a woman who lets you desire her without earning her is not a woman deserving of their respect. Women are not looking at people as things to be earned and rewarded, nor are they looking at themselves as things to be earned and rewarded. Women are seeking connection, mutual exchange, reciprocity. Like I keep saying, women are experiential creatures. We're talking energy, resonance. And this is why it's so hard to date men, because when a man takes you on a date, he buys you flowers, he pays for dinner, he pays for the movie. He feels like he's earned a date, right? Instead of exchanging genuine energy and connection, they think the monetary experience is more important than the energetic exchange. And instead of enjoying and being present in the energetic experience that we're already engaged in, they become hyper-focused on a secondary energetic exchange, which is sex. Men don't really think about what sparks a woman's desire, because historically men have never really had to. Because women have had to historically depend on men for survival, they didn't have time to hyper-focus on their desires or what they wanted energetically from a relationship. Anyways, this conversation could really go somewhere else. It's men who feel like they have to earn love and affection, while women are the ones creating it. Foundational mismatch. I'm creating, generating, and you're seeking, stealing, pillaging. Sounds familiar.
I like how she said that. Madam, what you really said is that women don't think that they should have to earn love, affection. I see what you did there. I see your footsteps, bun me. No wonder the women sound absolutely insane when we ask them what they bring to the table. And Mr. Z doesn't actually ask that question. But with that, no wonder. I get it. Oh. The mental math over here, Mr. Z over here. Wait a minute, 1 + 1 carry the 2. Okay, the social math. No wonder women feel so offended at the question. Your presence. What do you bring to the table? Your presence. Me. Shout out to Ed. Shout out to Edward Anderson. This was your long-winded way of saying I'm me. Yeah, you paid for the date and whatever, and all this secondary. Look how she just minimized it. All this secondary. No, madam. Yes, you gonna have to earn something over here. Y'all not gonna get men to see it differently. Have fun with that. I see what you did there. That sound good. And be president. All that long-winded mumbo jumbo to say I'm me. Huh? And if it's just, and I want to address this, the Arena Revive says bun me, it's actually B-U-N-M-I, but, and this is one word. Bun me, if it's an, quote, energetic exchange, why do I have to finance it? I was thinking that. Why can't we just Netflix and chill if it's just an energetic exchange? If it's just the energetic exchange, why am I taking you to the restaurant? Why am I pulling out chairs? Why am I opening doors? Huh? Why am I playing the right type of music in the car? Why am I doing all of that? If it's just a quote energetic exchange, then why can't we have that energetic exchange at the park for the first date? Oops. Why can't we just have that energetic exchange at your house or my house or apartment, or the energetic exchange can happen anywhere. Right? Sound good. So we're in the era now where what men do and what men are is minimized to quote unquote even the odds for what women do and what women air quotes bring to the table. Huh? Real interesting. What she's saying is men expect something for their hard-earned time and money and effort. And men feel like they should have to earn their keep. And the problem is, oh, this is so scary. Oh, it is frightening. That sound nice, but that long-winded mumbo jumbo crap. The problem with men thinking they should have to earn their keep, and they did the things That's a but me. Just go end up with the bum dudes then. The tall, good-looking brothers that are tatted up, maybe bald, maybe fade, maybe dreadhead, that don't got a job. They sleeping on their mom's couch, but they could blow your back out real nice, munch on you real nice, right? What's wrong? That's a great energetic exchange. Go deal with them for the rest of your life. What? That's weird. Say that. From Africa I came. From Africa I came says this masculinity cost. Say that. Oh, that's weird. She said all of that to say I'm me. Oh, the men think they gotta earn this and they gotta do that. Energetic exchange. All that sound good, ma'am. That was long-winded as hell to say I'm me. What do I bring to the table? Me. Y'all the ones who think you gotta earn this and do that. That was so long-winded of air, right? And Brooklyn Finest says, this might be going to the previous clip, talking about that. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat, and thank you for the super chat, Brooklyn's Finest. And Brooklyn Finest says, for how much they talk about they held down a man, I've never met not one of these Negroes. I've never needed a woman for nothing. Stay lying. I mean, there's men that live off of women. We know that exists. That's across different race and background. That exists. But for upstanding men, for stable men, stable and above men, you know, we keep on hearing women talking about held it down. That sound good, but most of us are not married. So you held down what? If most of us are not married, in the masses of Americans, the annual salary is some $43,000 a year median, and on average it's $64,000 a year. What are you holding down? Like, are we like, did we start a business and we earning a few $100,000 a year, or like, what are you talking about? I get what you're saying, Brooklyn Finest. It's whimsical talk. It sound good. It's the movie clips crap. It's movie crap. It's mainstream media crap. Oh, these black women be holding black men down. What are you talking about? Your everyday black man earning some 30, 40, 50, $7,000 a year, living his life. Wife, no wife. Girlfriend, no girlfriend. Children, no children. What are you talking? Holding him down. What does that even mean? What does that? Did he have a parent that passed away and you was holding him down, or right? Did you used to drive him to work? What do you mean by that? Did you pick up his clothes from the cleaners? What does it mean? We hold him down, and what does that mean? If most of us are single, especially black women, what do you mean held him down? Black women are the most chronically single group of people in America. 29% marriage rate. What are you talking about? Huh? What are you talking about? Black men earn more than black women. Black men have more wealth than black women. Who's holding who down? Black men have less children than black women. Black men have children later than black women. Who's holding who down? Black men are more likely to be stepfathers than black women are to be stepmothers. Who's holding who down? What are they even talking about? Holding down like suffocating? I'll agree with that, goddamn Z. Or we be holding them down. Man, get out of here with your weirdo talk. Fake ass movie music talk. Okay, that sounds good on an R&B song. Yawn. Huh? Sound good. Right? So to all of y'all, look, y'all, you know, going back to Bun Me and going back to the Pop the Balloon show and the young lady on Pop the Balloon, look, it's absolute insanity. That is what we are dealing with now. Once again, I maintain this is a working class, lower middle class, working poor conversation. All you elite people, all you people that's already married, all you people that's gonna stay married, shut the hell up. Thank you for your wisdom, but yeah. Why is Mr. Z saying that? Because we're not having a class-based conversation the way we should. And I don't think we're being honest. Ooh, Mr. Z about to go doomer a little bit. I don't think we're being honest with people that the existential crisis that they feel is valid and legitimate. And it's essentially because we priced them out of the game. Say it better, Z. We price men out of being able to afford these asshole women. Ooh, goddamn. Huh? The women are too damn expensive. I know y'all don't like what Mr. Z said. I'm gonna keep on saying it. The women are too damn they're insane and delusional. And they price their vagina out the game. Huh? And so what the women are doing is just throwing a temper tantrum. All this talk is just temper tantrum talk. I want, I like. It's just temper tantrum talk. They just talking, bro. They throwing a fit. And it probably won't work out the way they talking. Stay your ass single. Talking crap over there. You said you was going to be rich, auntie. We'll see. Barely stable auntie. Barely making it auntie. All right, auntie. Huh? It's sad, y'all. It truly is. It's sad. And so, Bun Me plays the clip of the lady literally standing in line on Pop the Balloon, talking about she don't like the way it sounds to be chose. While she's trying to be chose. To every single air quotes elder, all the air quotes leaders in the Black community, what the hell are your young men supposed to do with this, man? You do realize the women are impossible, right? But let's be very clear to all of you. The pastors, the preachers, the fathers, the mothers, they know the women aren't, but they know Black women are impossible. They know. What they're saying is if you're a real man, you're overcoming. Hell no. Shout out to all you passport bros and SYSBM Black men. This is impossible. Homegirl is literally on Pop the Balloon show trying to get chose, talking about she don't like the way it sound. And she validates herself, and she chooses herself. Madam, you chose yourself already. You're looking to be chose by someone else now. No amount of self-validation is going to fix that. What weirdo feminist therapist crap y'all talking right now? What are y'all talking about? Essentially what she's saying is I chose myself, I validate myself. Madam, then why the hell are you on the Pop the Balloon show? Why aren't you at home buzzing yourself to sleep? If you validate yourself, you love yourself, you chose yourself, you don't like the way it sounds, and you did that, whatever the hell you said. Why aren't you at your house, buzzing yourself, going on dates with yourself, going to the movies by yourself, hugging and loving yourself? This is weird. Y'all done took this hyper individuality thing way too far. Way too far. Homegirl is on Pop the Balloon trying to get chose, don't like the way it sounds, and so she pops her balloon. Because he said it. Oh, man. Look. Man. Wow. What can you do with this? That's frightening. Oh, that's frightening. And y'all excuse the background. That's some scary stuff, everyone. That is some scary stuff. Indigo says, who you love and who you want to be hugging. For real. Herself. And essentially, that's what it comes down to, Vince. I want the right to say no, madam. And to all of the women who think like this, people, but women in specific, but they're the ones who talking like this. That sound good, but you could choose yourself forever. It means nothing if you want companionship with someone else, whether heterosexual or LGBTQ. The other person's opinion matters. And that's what this comes down to. What she was essentially saying to him is your opinion don't matter, but clearly it does. If you didn't care about men's opinion, you would not be on Pop the Balloon show. Or you would be on a same-sex loving version of this. If you didn't really care about men's opinion or the opposite party's opinion, you would not be on Pop the Balloon show. You would be at home with your rose toy. Or you would be at work. You would be somewhere else doing something else. With no one, by the way. That's some weirdo stuff. That it is frightening. And to watch Bun Me try to flip this and fold it and contort it into a pretzel and essentially say men think that there should be an even exchange. Well, actually, she said the women think it should be even exchange. Bull crap. Right? And yes, it almost came out. But pause. But yeah, you know, at the end, everyone appreciate this. All of these videos online and on the internet, all of the women speaking like this, appreciate this. It's the death throes, y'all. They're trying to convince themselves and men that they are okay with the current dynamic and they choose themselves. The young lady essentially said that on Pop the Balloon. She chose herself. Madam, I agree with you. I actually think you did choose yourself. Then why are you on Pop the Balloon show trying to get chose, but don't like that the man is asking you what he's asking you? Why are you on Pop the Balloon show if you choosing yourself is more important and weighs more than being chosen by the opposite party? If that's what it is, then why are you on Pop the Balloon? Huh? Dear black men, you gotta leave women like this to their lonesome forever, or let the white man or the Latino man choose up on them. You can't do nothing, dear black men. You can't do nothing with this. It's impossible. She will drive you insane. She gonna put you in the grave. She gonna mess your life up. And the way, look at how Bun Me contorted this. Yes, you're right. Men expect something for their effort. You damn right. Just be present. All that airy fairy crap. And it allows for women like this to skate. In other words, it allows for you to put in a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of money, and for the women to say, "No, I was present. I was here. What about my energy? I was here. My presence is the compensation and the reciprocation for everything you did. My presence." Once again, now y'all see why they have an issue with what do you bring to the table, and they respond, "I am the table." That's where that comes from. It's insulting to them that you even ask the question. Now they can ask you the question, and you better have a good answer too. Right? But what they're saying is, Negro, don't you see I am you did all of that because I exist. Don't you get it? You're questioning my value. Clearly, you made sure your car was gassed up, you got it washed, you got it detailed, you got it cleaned, right? The interior looking nice, smelling nice. Shout out to all of us. You had the black ice dangling from the rearview mirror. Huh? You did all of that for me. The exchange for everything you did, knocking on the door, waiting for me to come out for 20 minutes, sitting in my living room for 20 minutes, waiting for me to come downstairs, driving us to the restaurant or the movies or wherever the hell. You did that because I exist. Don't you get it? All your resources, your time, your energy, all of that for me. Because I exist. Because I exist and you found me attractive and appealing and you think that I'm deserving of everything. Huh? Say that. And Vince says the ability to ask questions implies power. And what she's saying is you don't got that power, player. Huh? And Trell says, so she gets autonomy, but the man has not choice. No choice. As I said, the negative liberty. No constraints. No constraints. When he asked the question, he was in the power position. What she said is, I deny you of that. Nothing wrong with that. I don't care about your opinion. What you are offering me, what you're talking about is some stupid, whatever, man. That's what she's saying. Who do you think you are? Asking me any questions about choice. Huh? And Bun Me backs that up and says, essentially, that's the problem with men. Y'all think that there should be some type of, like, I should have any value outside of my presence. All that long-winded crap, yawn. What Bun Me really said is, you think that I should have any value outside of my presence, outside of me just existing. And that's the fundamental difference between men and women. Men don't get to be, air quotes, just human beings. That's the, once again, to all y'all been saying it to women for ages, not even just the Western civilization. Y'all been saying it to women for ages, how valuable they are because they're the ones who bring the children and they have children. And the women said, yeah, you're right. So what you're dealing with is a fundamental disconnect between men and women, because women get to be human beings and men are human doings. And no matter what women say, they value us for being human doings. So when we say to them, okay, what are you bringing to this table that we are exchanging? That's the insult to them. That's an insult to them. The answer to that is, I'm here, I exist. That me existing and being in your presence equals everything you've ever done in your life. I don't care if you cured AIDS. Me existing in front of you equals that. Actually, it's better than that. Huh? Oh boy, Z, you want to play it again? We're going to play it one more again.
When was the last time you actually got truly chosen and not just wanted?
Look, I'm giving him a chance to think about that. That's a thinker.
It was a great question, but I am gonna pop. Okay. And I hope that I explained this correctly, but I feel like when I hear the word chosen, it almost relinquishes the power to somebody else. Like my value is in whether or not they see me as valuable. And I don't know, does that make sense to you? Am I explaining that correctly?
I respect what you said.
Pause again. Madam, you did relinquish power when you got on Pop the Balloon looking to be chose. Is it Z? Is it Z? You got on Pop the Balloon show. You put yourself on the shelf to be chosen by a man that you also find attractive, appealing. I'm not saying it's a one-way choice. I'm saying that when it's his turn to choose up, you say no. As a matter of fact, you say, I don't care about your idea of choosing up on me or not. But why are you on Pop the Balloon show? You did relinquish power. The second you signed up, they said yes, however the process goes. The second you walked on to that floor, you did relinquish power. To a certain extent, now you still have the ability to pop your balloon and say you rather not. But madam, when you walked onto the floor, you signaled to everyone watching that you were trying to get chose. Oh my God. Z, this is the first time you ever saw like that. For the first look, I watched it clearly. I watched it before. I'm reviewing it with you guys. But the more you think about it and the more you talk about it, the more frightening it gets what she's saying and how she's trying to like rationalize this. The more she talked, the more it's like, wait, what? Are you okay? Are you okay? Train tracks, train tracks, train tracks. Right? And excuse my background, y'all. Excuse my background. But that is really frightening, everyone. Continuing.
When was the last time you actually got truly chosen and not just wanted?
Look, I'm giving him a chance to think about that. That's a thinker.
It was a great question, but I am gonna pop. Okay. And I hope that I explained this correctly, but I feel like when I hear the word chosen, it almost relinquishes the power to somebody else. Like my value is in whether or not they see me as valuable. And I don't know, does that make sense to you? Am I explaining?
This is the fundamental difference between men and women. Women think they can will and just wish their way into being seen in a certain way by whoever they care about, or care about their opinion. But really what they're saying is, I don't care about anyone else's opinion. I care about mine. That is cool. Unfortunately, you live on a planet with 8+ billion other people, and in a country with over 300 million people. Other people's opinion matters more than yours. Other people's opinion about you matters. You can't wish or will or self-love yourself out of that. The absolute insanity of thinking you could self-love, self-value, choose yourself over other people's opinion on planet Earth mattering just as much at best, at worst, better yet, if not more than yours. The level of arrogance here breaks the Richter scale. I choose me, choose yourself to death. It sounds good. It sounds empowering and liberating. And guess what? Many of our moms thought the same thing. And that's why dad left their ass. Ooh, goddamn. Many of our aunts said the same thing. And that's why they claim to be rich auntie. It sounds good. Huh? Many of our aunts said the same thing. And that's why she claiming to be rich auntie. She's not rich auntie. She's barely making it auntie. Huh? She's barely stable auntie. She's miserable with a smile auntie. And sometimes they don't even have a smile. Huh? Oh, that's frightening, y'all. That is some scary stuff. Dear Black Manosphere, that is some scary stuff. Jeez, we in a community full of women like this. Oh, we're in a community full of women like this. She on the Pop the Balloon show talking about not trying to get chose. Why are you trying to get chose? It's like I relinquished power. You did. Oh man, somebody come get your daughter. Somebody come get your daughter. Somebody come get your daughter. Man. Can you play the whole thing, please, Z? Continuing. Here you go.
When was the last time you actually got truly chosen and not just wanted?
Look, I'm giving him a chance to think about that. That's a thinker.
It was a great question, but I am gonna pop. Okay. And I hope that I explained this correctly, but I feel like when I hear the word chosen, it almost relinquishes the power to somebody else. Like my value is in whether or not they see me as valuable. And I don't know, does that make sense to you? Am I explaining that correctly?
I respect what you said, but it does not make sense to me. But
yeah,
I
mean,
definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah, that's just what it means to me. When I think of somebody choosing me, I think of like, I'm almost saying like, oh, I'm valuable because they see me as valuable. But I'm valuable because I know that I'm valuable. So I don't need to be chosen by anyone. And I didn't really like that verbiage.
Of course he didn't understand her, because men see everything as something to be earned and rewarded. Love and relationships, no different. See, that's the duality that men see women in. They think that there are women that you desire and women that you earn. And women who are to desire are not women who are to be earned. So they believe that a woman who lets you desire her without earning her is not a woman deserving of their respect. Women are not looking at people as things to be earned and rewarded, nor are they looking at themselves as things to be earned and rewarded. Women are seeking connection, mutual exchange, reciprocity. Like I keep saying, women are experiential creatures. We're talking energy, resonance. And this is why it's so hard to date men, because when a man takes you on a date, he buys you flowers, he pays for dinner, he pays for the movie. He feels like he's earned a date, right? Instead of exchanging genuine energy and connection, they think the monetary experience is more important than the energetic exchange. And instead of enjoying and being present in the energetic experience that we're already engaged in, they become hyper-focused on a secondary energetic exchange, which is sex. Men don't really think about what sparks a woman's desire, because historically men have never really had to. Because women have had to historically depend on men for survival, they didn't have time to hyper-focus on their desires or what they wanted energetically from a relationship. Anyways, this conversation could really go somewhere else. It's men who feel like they have to earn love and affection, while women are the ones creating it. Foundational mismatch. I'm creating, generating, and you're seeking, stealing, pillaging. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
And we're back. My apologies, everyone. My apologies. Let's do that. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. So we had to play Bun Me again. Like she said, you know, essentially, men, we actually expect something for our effort. What she's saying is, I am the effort. I am the effort. I exist. I'm here with you. I am the effort. Right? And whatever mumbo jumbo she said about the presence and look, you're gonna have to leave women out here for the shout out to all you hoteps, all the hoteps and air quotes pro blacks. Leave the bun me's for them. Shout out to you hotep brothers. Maybe you can make it work. I doubt it. Huh? All you hotep men, all you white dudes, bun me is there you go. All you non-black men, hoteps, air quotes pro blacks, white and Latino and any non-black man, y'all got bun me. Shout out to y'all. Maybe the white man or the Latino man that ends up with a bun me, maybe they'll make it work and she'll stay. Maybe. You pro blacks, you touch her, that's your ass. I'm telling you right now, she gonna blow that little situation up. You hoteps, you touch her, she gonna blow that situation ship up. It ain't gonna last too long. Y'all better leave her for the white dudes. Huh? You can't do nothing with a bun me. Because all of her answers come back to some weird form of like, you funded, she run it, female empowerment and liberation. Huh? Like whenever you get into these women who start talking about the energy and the spirits and and what she brings to the table in this manner, appreciate what she's saying. Negro, there ain't nothing you ever gonna be able to do to equal it. My bad for the background, it's raining. South Florida, y'all, it's South Florida. What she is saying, and that's why I'm shouting, my apologies, even though Mr. Z shouts anyway. And hopefully you guys can still hear me through the rain. South Florida, usual hurricane weather. But what she is saying is essentially, it don't matter what you bring to the table. Me exists, and God forbid she can speak this way and she could string together words the way she does. Once again, she is saying nothing you do or accomplish, nothing you say will ever equal me existing. Huh? Exactly. And Charles says can't win with her. Can't win. Yeah. What's his name again? The coach, right? You can't win with her. You look. If it's up to Mr. Z, Bun Me would be out here munching on another woman or getting munched on by another woman or be with the non-black man. Because to spare a black man her wrath, you gotta leave her out here for the non-black dudes. Because black men, tell me, what can you do with Bun Me? Who said Dr. Umar Johnson? Vincent, fix her, Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar can't, man, you can't do nothing with Bun Me. I'm telling y'all right now, you can't. It's impossible. You can't do nothing with her, bro. She gonna blow your little situation up. Your little situation right on up. She gonna blow your situation up, bro. Impossible. Huh? And that's frightening. And black men, we have to appreciate that some of these women, they worship self. And okay, cool. They have all that sense of community obligation and responsibility is them trying to make up for the externalities of hyper individuality. Insane self-love, air quotes self-love. You can't do nothing with a woman like this. You can't do nothing with the woman from Pop the Balloon. She didn't like the way it sounded. She popped the balloon. And by the way, that's her prerogative. That is her prerogative. But she's on Pop the Balloon to get chosen. She don't like the way it sounds that she's trying to get chosen and she pops the balloon. Leave her for the white dudes too. Leave both of them for the white men. Shout out to Brad. Brad, come get him. Look, yeah, man, y'all lucky, Mr. Z. If If Mr. Z was ever on tonight's conversations or whatever one of them podcasts, y'all gonna hear Mr. Z say it a million times. Brad, come get her. Brad, come. I'm gonna be saying, Brad, come get her. So they won't kick me off the goddamn stage. Brad, come get her. We can't do that. Hey, and all these, you always gonna have some fake ass alpha black man who gonna disparage you as a black man for saying it because you know these black men, young black men, no, older black men. It's not even the younger ones. I can't even lie. No, man, I don't know him. You sound lame. Shit, I ain't saying all of that. Okay, yeah, whatever. Huh? Oh, that's frightening. And talking about that, let's play this young man.
Oh, so if you a black man with a white partner, you can't speak on black women or black issues within the community. But if you a black woman with a white husband, you can run for the president of the United States and have 87% of black people vote for you? Okay.
Shout out to Compassionate and shout out to KMS. KMS, Exhibit A, too much pain in the system. That man is not a black manosphere man. He's not a black manosphere man. He's not initiated. You could see the wheels turning. He's slowly getting it. And shout out to the Roger Report who said it in the background. I think the background. Look at Mr. Z. In the comments for this video, I think the Roger Report said something like, he's almost there. He almost gets it. Exactly. Exactly. Shout out to the Roger Report. Exactly. As KMS says, it's too much pain in the system. To all you talking heads, pundits, black, whoever the hell's, it's not the black manosphere. This young man, you can see the wheels turning. He's like, wait a minute, there's something not right. And this is where FD's supposed to come in. I want y'all to appreciate why FD and Foreign Man and Consciously exist. They're supposed to come in. No, you seeing this wrong, brother. The problem is you thinking about this in a sexist way. The problem is, yeah, I mean, it's different when the women do it and when we do it. See, when we do it, we coming from a negative place. It's because we don't like our mamas. It's because the childhood trauma. The reason why she do, you got to remember the math. The mathematics of everything is that she was professional and not enough of us are in them spaces. So when it's time to get married, yawn. Huh? Yawn. Yeah. Huh? That's that. There you go, everyone. There you go. Huh? Exactly. Right. And that's the problem. That's why FD exists. That's why Foreign Man exists. All of the white guys that kind of fit into that space too. They're always supposed to kind of explain this in a way that's flattering to the ladies. That's a bit denigrating, a bit denigrating to the men, a bit insulting to the men. Huh? Yeah. And that's all it is. Y'all gives you a second trying to accomplish this thing. And where are we? Where are we? Okay, we're doing okay. There we go. All right. Right. Man. So that's all. That's what it is. And let me read this from Ainu. And Ainu says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Ainu says, she want men to auction his worth for her pennies on her cat. Yes, but in a way that feels empowering and liberating to her. Right? And that's okay. But the issue we have is this is scaled, everyone. Now, with your average black woman who's on Pop the Balloon, like we've been watching Pop the Balloon for years now, maybe they're not saying all it is. They appreciate, and even if they don't like the way it sounds, that they're on there to be chose. But this young lady said it. She's like, hey, I don't care about your opinion. I ain't trying to be chose. But you are, though. Unless you was there to be seen. Right? And thank you for the super chat, Ainu. Thank you for the super chat. Who are raising these women? Where are these women coming from? Shout out to the Black Manosphere. Whose daughters are these? Huh? And y'all gives you a second, y'all talk amongst yourselves. And we're back, right? So yeah, everyone. And I knew said yeah. Yeah. Look at the end, and we're going to continue to say this. The cost of modernity, the cost of female empowerment, is kind of this hodgepodge thing we have now. And a lot of folks, most of us, are looking for just somewhere comfortable to land. We're not talking about just bedroom fun here. We're talking about coupling up and kind of sailing in the sunset, whatever that looks like to you. What has made that more difficult, and I'm going to play that first clip again. What has made that more difficult is an economic environment that is not conducive to family formation for working class people, lower middle class people, working poor people, and women's and how they've been socialized over the past few decades in their hypergamy. They want their autonomy, but they also want to date and marry up. And the math doesn't math, especially right now with female empowerment, equating to women closing the income gap. Huh? They just find themselves in the most insane position. You do want your autonomy. You don't care about men's opinion, or at least you say you don't. But yet the consequences of female empowerment and a difficult economic environment is what you have now. This kind of whimsical, insane calculation of oneself, one future, etc., etc. Huh? And Buckeye fan says, "Did you see the Cam James video I sent you?" Yeah, don't worry, I got it. I'm gonna review that. Maybe we might be able to shoot for tomorrow morning. Let's see. And Buckeye fan, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, yeah, we will get to it. We will get to it. I ain't gonna leave you hanging like TLC. I ain't gonna leave you hanging, right? And shout out to Buckeye fan, the most patient person on the face of the earth, right? So let's play that again. Let's play this again, actually.
Saw a video that said female logic is they'd rather pay 100% of their bills than go 50-50. And there's women in the comments still saying, yeah, well, that's a roommate. I don't want a roommate. I want a man or whatever, right? Okay. What I'll say is maybe you'd have a point. Maybe you'd have a point if this was 1950, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000s maybe. Maybe you'd have a point. It is 2026. We are in the worst recession since the Great Depression. During the Great Depression, 49% of adults 18 to 30 lived at home. Right now, it's like 52, 53%. We're in a worse economic stance right now than people were in the Great Depression. Okay? Apartments back in 2019, a nice one, $700, $800 a month. That was a nice one. One of the luxury, the nice ones, $700. I remember I was looking at them. I was in high school and I was about to graduate. I was like, oh, only $800 a month. I can do that. Easy, right? Easy. Pandemic hit. You look at that same apartment now, almost $2,000 a month.
So basically, you're trying to manipulate a woman into believing that she needs to accommodate you by paying 50% of the bills and letting you pay 50% of the bills. But if you stay by yourself when you pay 100%, but a lot of times that's not what happens. Men usually wind up staying with their mama and paying 20% of the bills, if that, or sleeping on your grandmama's floor and paying nothing. Or you find a woman with low self-esteem that does not realize her worth, and she allows you to come into the doors paying 50%. But a smart woman would never do that. We understand that throughout the relationship, it's going to be ups and downs. There are going to be times when we pay 100%. There are going to be times when you pay 100, times when there's 70-30. It's going to be times when it's 80-40. But you're not walking up into no door talking about you are the man of the house. You wear the pants. You're supposed to be the provider and the protector. And you want to start off paying 50%. A lot of times when that happens, the woman usually winds up carrying the bulk of the burden. 90 to 100% of her time is cleaning the house, cooking the food, and taking care of the kids. Because when you are living together, usually what happens is families are created. Women, stand your ground. No, we should not be sharing 50-50 with you. It does not have to be the 90s, 80s, 70s, or 2000s. Go get you a job, hustle hard, be a man, and quit crying. If you live by yourself, you would have to pay 100%. If you live with your woman, you could at least pay 70 or 80%.
Krabby says, none of her paintings have black women smiling or happy. I want everyone to appreciate, too, this speaks to what I was saying earlier. She's a painter, apparently. So she thinks a little more artistic. She might be a bit eclectic. But when it comes to black men, all that go out the window. Come with that check. This is what I'm emphasizing to everyone. It does not matter what her career is. It doesn't matter what her hobbies what her hobbies are, what her interests happen to be. What you have here is when it comes time to speak about men, black men especially, pairing up, all of it go out the window. Their logic, their reason, their rationality go out the window. It's F you pay me. And that's essentially what she said. Forget all of that. You're complaining, you're whining, you're yitching. Where's the check? We don't want to hear all of the excuses. Huh? So yeah, I get what you're saying. None of the paintings have a smile on it. That's okay. I get it. But the fact that she's a painter, which means she thinks a bit different, she values things differently until it comes time to talk about black men. Huh? And all Harold Balamucho says, sounds capitalistic to me. Hey, which one of these women aren't? When it comes to men and relationship and intimacy and XXX activity, which one of them isn't? Shout out to Rogish when Rogish used to say, these O's belong to the mainframe, though. They belong to the mainframe. They belong to the game. I said it. They are Milton Friedman out. They are neoliberal out. The women are neoliberal out. Their minds belong to Ayn Rand and Milton Friedman. Milton Friedman. They don't care what you're talking about. It sounds like a bunch of excuses. They looking for the lifestyle. And it's fascinating listening to that young lady and then listening to Bun Me tell you, no, we'll even exchange of ideas. What she said, energetic exchange. Yeah, that woman wasn't talking about no damn energetic exchange. She talking about straight lifestyle. I was speaking to a friend earlier, and I said to him, when the women complain about men, they use feminist speak, but it really comes down to the money. When the women speak, especially feminism has so seeped into this society, particularly the black community, that when the women complain about their issues with men, it's going to be not emotionally available, not emotionally intelligent, some sort of mean, sexist, misogynistic, all of that talk. But the number one reason for divorce is money, right? And the women file for 70% of divorces, 90% if they're college educated. Women are breaking up relationships even before the marriage, usually for money. Something tied to the money. So women are using feminist language concerning men and their issues with men. This is where Leisha Miller comes in and say, well, the problem is the men are not likable and they haven't developed personality. The women say that. It sounds good. But these relationships tend to end because of something financial, particularly if they are married. So Bun Me and her way of speaking, it sounds good, and remember, when you string along a bunch of her videos, it's about the men have essentially become cucks to the elite white capitalists and all of that. Sounds good. It sounds real good. Great, right? And you hear this across the black left in specific. The black men are just cucks to white elite capitalist men. Until you put the microphone in front of your everyday woman and she boils men down to nothing but walking wallets. And she might use a bit of feminist language, but not really. It's F you pay me. And it's fascinating watching the Bun Me's of the world either slightly, tacitly, barely address it, if at all. If at all. Huh? And once again, the question is, what can you do with women like this? Not a damn thing. Huh? And Longo says, basically, many of them are capitalists pretending to be feminists. Capitalists. Yeah, they capping. They capping. If I understand what you're saying, they capping. Yeah, they definitely are. Huh? Oh, man. And shout out to, once again, Compassionate for this clip where the young man is realizing it. As KMS said, too much pain in the system. The young man realized, wait a minute, the hypocrisy of the matter. Oh man, something ain't right. The 1 + 1 = 2 minus the 7, -7. Yeah, and then 3 + 3, and then the math ain't mathing.
So if you a black man with a white partner, you can't speak on black women or black issues within the community. But if you a black woman with a white husband, you can run for the president of the United States and have 87% of black people vote for you? Okay.
Yes, because you're a black man and you have to prove yourself. Black women, just mere existence and presence in the black community is her proof. Her existing is the proof that she's done something for the black community. You have to prove yourself with a black spouse, right? You got to sound pro-black. You have to prove yourself. The women don't have to prove herself. She exists. That's proof enough. Yes, Barack, because of the way we view race in America and gender, Barack had to make sure he had a black wife and a darker skinned one at that. Darker than a brown paper bag. Barack had to make sure he had a black wife. Ain't no way in hell. And he had black children, and he had black daughters. Kamala got married yesterday to a white man with white kids and had no children herself, biological children. And her lineage is questionable. It doesn't matter because she is perceived and seen as a black woman, so she don't have to have those milestones. It doesn't matter. She doesn't have to hit those milestones. She's, for all intents and purposes, black. And she's a black woman. She don't need no proof. Her proof is in her existence in the black community. Huh? Oh, man. And Krabby says, no way he becomes president with Becky. Absolutely not. And everyone knew it, including Charlie Rangel. Everyone knows that. Huh? Absolutely not. And clearly Kamala didn't become president either. But it wasn't really because of that. Huh? And let's read this now from Captain Obvious. And Captain Obvious says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Black women believe they and their children are the community. They believe black men are disposable and not really a part of the community. Black women have 1 million kids more than black men. Yeah, I know. Okay, here's something to consider too, Captain Obvious. Women are fighting hard as hell to make men optional. Okay, cool. Somehow, magically, they want a world where even as a single person, they earn so much that they don't have to consider partnering up with you. This is a feminist thing, a woman thing, a black woman thing in specific. Like, that's the goal, to be so good financially that men are superfluous. You could take them or leave them. And like for the masses of women, they can't do that. That includes many of your white women. And so women, I would argue, especially black women, especially like black feminists, are throwing a fit about that. They hate that. They hate that they are low-key constrained, high-key, constrained in their mind by their race because they don't get to, they can tell black men F you, but that comes at a consequence eventually. Eventually, they gonna have to pay for that. And they hate it. They hate it. Oh, they hate it. Huh? Yeah. Something to think about. Huh? So yeah, bro. No, yes, yeah. They want for you to be superfluous, right? It's like ketchup. You could eat something without the ketchup. It's like having condiments. You could do without the ketchup and the mustard. You might want the ketchup and the mustard, but it's not the end of the world if you don't have the ketchup and the mustard. And like that, you could blame that on both the left and the right in their versions of hyper individuality that they pushed on the masses, where people they can't see the world outside of like insane selfishness. They just can't see, and they live with the consequences, by the way. That's men, women, white, black, Latino, Asian. The idea that community is going to clean up for you never partnering with someone, really, right? It's going to make up for it. It's just, well, we're here. We could see it's not working. It was never going to work. It was never going to work. that you could find some way to kind of finagle your life in a way where you don't have to be beholden to anyone and no one is beholden to you, and you can kind of freestyle and do whatever. And maybe your parents look out, but like you could take everything, take it or leave it. That's not how life works. And the women are incensed because, right? And let's be clear, are they really thinking about it as overtly as Mr. Z is saying it? Maybe not. Maybe not. But yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is, everyone. And they're living with the consequences of it. Huh? They are living with the consequences of it. That's why I played a clip of the 60-year-old some odd lady, or she may be not 60, but she's speaking about women approaching retirement and like not having money, and they might have never got married, right? Solo agers, that's what they call them. Black female solo agers. Yeah, what you thought? What you thought? And like when I read this article, right? Let's actually take that. And thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe to the super chat. Black and Latina women who never marry are the least wealthy in the US. That's the cost. That's the cost. Right? And we're going to play the young lady again.
Because ain't nobody trying to be 60 and broke. I'm going to keep it a buck. The data in this chart sucks, but there's hope. So the data in this chart suggests that Black women who have a degree but are single at 60 have a net worth of $11,000, which, as we know, that's just not enough to live off of. Whereas if you're married and have a college degree at 60, you have a net worth of around $424,000. And the reason why I say this sucks is because I don't particularly like something that is beyond my control to be able to impact the quality of my life. Like, it's literally not within our control if we're married at 60. I mean, we have influence on that, but it's like, it's 50-50, right? It takes two to tango. And so that does suck. However, the decision...
But it is in much of y'all control. Too many women are destroying relationships before marriage, especially Black women. Like, the math actually works out. Unless your man, your husband, whoever died real early, or y'all never got to marry, or whatever it is. If that's the situation, Mr. Z understands, I get it. But if that's not the situation, then no, you do. And y'all gives you a second, actually. And we're back, right? But yeah, no, so that's the cost, everyone. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's the cost. Negative liberty. Say that, no heroes. Say that. What do the ladies think? You're writing your life. You're choosing your outcomes, or you're choosing a path. Cool. But as you walk that path, you chose a path. As you walk that path, and you see alligators, and you see snakes, and you see bobcats, and you see lions, and you see tigers and bears, and oh my. Why is it so difficult for so many of you to appreciate you chose that path? Like, you can't choose that path and then want the outcomes of the other path you didn't choose. Huh? And like, that's what's happening. Y'all chose a path, ladies. If you choose no man, no relationship, or you would rather be single, or the men are not on my level, or I'm looking for this particular type of man, this particular type of life, and to hell with the world if I don't get it, there's nothing wrong with that. But the receipt's gonna come due. The receipt, you gonna get the receipt. Life is gonna give you the receipt of that. Like, you may not like the way Mr. Z is delivering this, but life is going to give you the receipt for that. Huh? And we have that. And then the ladies deal with that, and it's like, oh, it's not fair, and it's 50-50, and I don't like the way this sounds, and I don't. Wait a minute. What world do you think you're going to be hyper individualistic and then get the same outcome as the married couple? Like, in what world do you think you're going to be a unpartnered single and get the same outcome as the people that are coupled up? Where does what for your average now? If you're an elite, if you're Ebony K. Williams, or you're I don't know, name the artist or the entertainer or the politician, right? And you making big money, okay, you make more than your average couple in America. I didn't even say median. You make more by yourself than the average household. Okay, cool. You earning 150, 120, 175, 250. Cool. And we're not even speaking about the triple X fun and all the companionship and the connection and the romance. We're just strictly speaking what it costs to live your life, the finances, the financials. Cool. If if you can hack it, if you can make it work. But the masses of Americans, including especially Black Americans, especially Black women, cannot. And so when you're not partnered and you're not coupled up, you are going to have to pay for that. So while you're young and spry, or maybe even middle age, you can work enough and you can, right, do a little overtime here and do a little overtime there and split the rent with a roommate and da-da-da and all that sound nice. That's what you're engaging in. But once you start approaching your late 50s, early 60s, and you have to recalculate or consider your life, well, the bill came due. And we're going to let, once again, Claudia Jordan kind of speak to that.
Do you think that when you're ready to settle down that there's always going to be a lot of supply on the shelves? And it's not. Like, at this age, a lot of the good guys are married or taken because they're good guys. And I was having a conversation with a girlfriend of mine the other day, and I'm like, well, your best bet now is maybe someone that a good man that maybe is coming out of a marriage, getting a divorce. So, you know, I think in our youth, and I would like people to know this when they're younger, we think, oh, there's always going to be an endless supply. I can wait till tomorrow. Don't put off your happiness waiting. You know, if you find that good person, like a lot of times we wait, well, it's not the right time. It's never going to be like the right time. I would say go for it more. I wish I would have told someone told me just go for it. I probably have overlooked a good candidate before.
I played a Claudia Jordan clip because she said it. To all of you Gen Z, these are your auntie them. These are your single aunties. These are your single aunties with a little bit of money. Huh? To all of you Gen Z, 27 years old, huh? These are your single aunties. Dr. Dunbar says consequences. You hear me? Exactly. Dr. Dunbar says Gen X. Dr. Dunbar was saying this the other stream. I was like, Gen X, we're gonna see so many single childless Gen X women in specific, but Dr. Dunbar, Gen Millennials, oh boy, Millennials. I I've been racking my brain, kind of trying to figure out what are we gonna do with all the millennial people, namely women who don't have any children, never got married, like because most of them never worked a job with like that with crazy benefits and that they're going to be able to retire and not be a drain on the system. That's not the case for millennials, especially with this gigified economy. And then when you get to Gen Z, I don't know what we going to do with Gen Z women. If Mr. Z is still around, I doubt it, but what are we going to do with Gen Z women when they start getting 65, 67, 72 years old? They didn't work that job for how long? The way the economy works, unlike boomers and maybe the oldest of Xers, but I don't even think so. Unlike silent generation and boomers, they didn't get into one career or one job, maybe a second one, and work that for the rest of their life and retire with pension and all different. That's not the case for us millennials, and definitely not going to be the case for Gen Z. They would have went from this job to that job to this job. What they said, on average, people be at their jobs for what, 3 years, 5 years, something like that. Just about 3 to 5 years, and they out. Oh boy. Man. And we keep on going from here. And then here's the thing. That's for those of us that actually are working places that have, you know, we match your contribution to your pension or your 401k or whatever it is. Usually match your compensation to your 401k or whatever it is. Right? Trail said 2.5 to 4 years on average. That's ugly. Right? Ah. And that's for the people that's not living and dying off the gig economy. Rise and fall off the gig economy. Saint Cyr says his job has 7% match. Huh? Trail says up to 4% match. God damn. But how much older, where's the age range though, Brooklyn's finest? Because I wouldn't be counting I wouldn't be counting your siblings under the age of like 25 maybe. But if all of y'all were over 30, now that's a problem. Right? And as a matter of fact, I reviewed a young lady. She looked East African, gorgeous young lady. I think her name was Rabia. Years ago, it was maybe like 2 years ago at this point, maybe even more than 2 years ago. I reviewed a young lady named Rabia. Once again, she was maybe South African descent. Beautiful, dark chocolate slim sister. And I think she said she had 2 or 3 other sisters, and they were all single, no kids. I was like, bruh, if your siblings look like you and all of y'all are sis girls, and none, because her vibe gave me she definitely going with the white dudes. She definitely going with the white dudes. Maybe a brother, possibly, but definitely going. And you trying to, not a single Chad has crossed your way and found you attractive and taken you off the market? And assuming that your sisters look like some version of you? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Huh? I would say to you, Brooklyn's finest, and Mr. Z is kind of trying to do this. Like, we got to make sure our money is right. We got to make sure we can retire good if we don't have any children, that we won't be a burden. We won't be in some nursing home, nobody visiting us, right? We got to make sure. Leave that for the women. Huh? We got to make sure that, because they're living whimsical in their 20s and their 30s, even their 40s. And it's not until they start getting to their late 50s and that's when they're in panic mode. If even for some of them, they still not panicking yet. It's just whimsical. And I know y'all see them. Some of y'all, those are your family members and siblings, relatives. Huh? Ah, and actually, let me read that too. And No Hero says, my mom has three of us with no hope for grandkids. And, oh, excuse me, with grand, read it again, Z. My mom has three of us with no hope for grandkids as bad as she wants them. Yeah, no, we got a couple of, we got a couple. We got a girl and a boy, older sister, younger sister, right? I'm the one with no kids. So, all right. So, y'all know how that go. And Dr. Dunbar says, yeah, unless a miracle, same here, No Heroes. The reality is they didn't properly prep the girls. It started with Gen X. They didn't. The girl and someone, was it BGS who played the clip a few years ago where it was a boomer talking on one of those talk shows. It was a boomer black woman, I want to say, and she said those coming up behind us. She was referring to Gen X. Essentially, what she was saying, they not gonna be relied on no man. They're not gonna have to care about what no man think and blah 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 blah. And she was essentially saying in her own way, we done prep them Gen X women to essentially middle finger up to those men. Yeah, it was BGS that played it on his channel a few years ago. I want to say maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Huh? Yep. Whoever knows what clip Mr. Z is referring to, please send it to Z. Email is in the description box. Huh? Yep, I want to say it was a boomer black woman, and she pretty much said that she didn't. Those were not her exact words, but pretty much Gen X coming up behind us, y'all men not gonna want to see them. And she right. Damn, Brooklyn Finest said 6 of them are over 30. What is going on planet Earth? Wow, and No Hero says, yes, I come from a gynecologist family. They raised these women on revenge. That's whether the individual mothers did, which I do believe that you're right, and so don't think I'm questioning you, or the kind of the milieu of the black community in specific in the overall society. It like Xers, millennials were even worse, believe it or not, and Gen Z are as whimsical as many of those young women are. They're even worse with the weirdo talk when it concerns men in relationship. And the consequence is what we're living now. Huh? Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Oh man. Wow. And Trell says, I have been sure to tell my kids, oldest 18, that I want grandkids. Yeah. Yep. Right? Man. And Big Mo says, to be honest, if I was red pilled back in 2015, I wouldn't have had kids either. You know, I still want children. I still want to be married, and I still want to have children in nuclear family. I know it's a big ass gamble, Mr. Z. We all see Mr. Z, Black Manosphere, red pill. I would say burgundy pill, but either way, red pill. Look, but it's a gamble, right? It's a big gamble. And I'm black and a black man and working class, so the odds are not in my favor at all. With that, shake them up, shake them up, shake them up, shake them, right? Yeah, it's oof. I know. So it's yeah, it's frightening. I know. And Dr. Dunbar says, a lot of older single women in my local HBCU alumni chapter. I didn't know why until coming here. Dr. Dunbar, you know who name I'm about to mention, right? You know, I'm not saying she's part of your same HBCU local chapter or whatever, but look, man, professional, educated, author, and single. What, she in her late 40s, early 50s? We're talking about Dr. Chris Marsh, everyone. Like, come on, man. Look, ladies, that liberation autonomy talk, it that's not how it worked. That's when y'all on that type of time, y'all might as well just be comfortable being single. Problem is when we scale it. When we scale it, you know, man, that yeah. Dr. Dunbar says on Facebook and IG, Instagram, I'm seeing a lot of selfie shopping, traveling, and experiencing, coping, coping. It's coping, doc. It's coping. They trying to drown themselves with doing other things, going other places, and not sit their ass home and have that dark shadow of loneliness over them. Huh? Coping. Huh? Man. So we see it. We're going to see a lot of that. Once you start getting to Xers that are really the youngest of Xers under the age of 50, man, yeah. I think you meant to say numb. Numb the pain with money, 21 Savage. Shout out to Vince. Essentially, experiences and going out and all right. All right. All right. Huh? I this is ugly, right? This is ugly. With that, black men, black manosphere, I say we insulate ourselves as much as possible, right? Make sure you work at a place. Hopefully you don't get let go or however this goes, where you make sure you earn enough, you save enough, you stash enough to put you in the most advantageous position just in case you don't have children, right? So you're not a burden. Just in case you have a health scare, it's gonna happen, so that you don't find yourself in crazy debt because of medical bills, which is the number one. Isn't like medical issues the number one cause of debt in America? So now it's about just putting ourselves in the best position that we can. Shout out to all the single men, single black men, because the women, I'm telling you now, the ones that are overlooking now, I'm not saying all of them, but as we approach our mid and late 50s and whatever, they gonna be choosing. And they're gonna be choosing across the board. They're gonna be choosing up on the, if they can, the 40 some odd year olds all the way to the 70s. Some of us already see it for us millennials and maybe the youngest of Xers. We see it with our mothers. At least with the boomer women, they tried to get out the game, or they did get out the game. They might have been married and divorced, and then they married our stepfathers, and however that works. But when you start getting to the Xers, especially the younger Xers, maybe 50, 52 and younger, oh, that's a different game. Maybe even 53 and younger. Millennials are off the chain. Millennials ain't getting married. And it's not even just that they're not getting married. Screw that. They not even coupling up for long enough. It's ugly. I wasn't trying to go doomer, but here we are. And Dr. Dunbar says, church offering, and thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And I don't think it's the end of the world, everyone. I'm not saying that. I do think it's different. We don't know how good or bad of different it is bad. And what can you use or do to mitigate for the fallout of this as an individual and as a society? As an individual, as a community, as a society. Right? Yeah. Absolute insanity. And thank you for the super chat, Dr. Dunbar. Thank you for the super chat. Church offering. Thank you. Yeah. I did have one more video. Let's see if we could play it and mosey on out of here. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Continuing.
A lot of women are upholding the patriarchy these days, whether they think so or not. Especially the ones who say they want protector provider men. Because all a patriarchy is a system where men hold majority positions of power, which often means they make more money. And although the girls don't want that in society, right? They're like, I want to be equal to men, have the same money, opportunities, job, success. But in the dynamic of a relationship, that changes completely. They want a man who makes more than them. They want a man who pays for everything. They want a man who is assertive and is a leader and takes charge so that way they can turn their brain off and just be a girl. That is a patriarchy, ma'am. You want a patriarchal relationship. And I don't even say that as a diss. Like, I don't think patriarchy is this big, bad boogeyman that the feminists are making it out to be. Nor do I think it needs to inherently be oppressive, right? Because then a matriarchy would also inherently be oppressive towards men. And I think both of those systems can exist without the oppression. Now, of course, humans are flawed, and we haven't found out a way to successfully do that other than our modern society that we have now. But now that we have this modern society, stop asking for the men to do all of the things. If you don't want them to have the power, don't ask them to spend the money. That only makes sense.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Are you single?
Yes.
Why are you single right now?
Because the men are not enough rich to take care of me.
So you're looking for a rich man?
Yes. Yes, I want to be spoiled.
Why does he have to be rich?
Because I want to be spoiled. Because I make my own money and I need to be dominated.
Shout out to It's Jen. And I played the clip afterward to prove the point. To prove her point. When it comes to intimate relationship with the opposite sex, women are looking for patriarchy. I don't care what words they use. I don't care if they try to find a way to soften it, whatever euphemism they attempt to use. It is patriarchal standards levied on men. Okay, fine. But then the men start saying, all right, cool. This is what I want. And that's when everything becomes sexist. Huh? That's when everything becomes sexist. Trell, you heard, that's one of my favorite parts. Not rich enough. And it doesn't even have to be rich. Doesn't earn enough more. You don't earn enough. She's telling you, I have my own. I'm doing well financially. And these men, she says rich, are not rich enough. You can't do nothing with that but accept that she said it.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Are you single?
Yes.
Why are you single right now?
Because the men are not enough rich to take care of me.
So you're looking for a rich man?
Yes. Yes, I want to be spoiled.
Why does he have to be rich?
Because I want to be spoiled. Because I make my own money and I need to be dominated.
She said it. She said it. Right? You gotta accept it. She said it. And once again, she's not the only one talking like that.
He don't got money like you at ESTG.
Why don't he?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. That's why I had to.
Just because he ain't had no money, you left him?
Had to.
That ain't right. I don't like that.
If he's making more money than me, I mean, if I'm making more money than him,
You should help him get some more money.
How am I gonna do that though? If I have my own career, I'm doing what I'm doing.
A woman's supposed to be a helpmate.
I feel like a man is supposed to be that for a girl.
A man's supposed to be a leader.
You right.
You're supposed to help him be a better leader.
I don't know. So I was in the wrong. Now I'm the bad guy. I'm always the bad guy.
You looking for a daddy.
I ain't looking for a daddy. I got my own money. I got my own money. I could do what I do. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't need a guy for money.
If you want one.
I want a man to be stable. If I was to leave him, I want him to
So he wasn't stable?
He was okay, but I was making more than him.
So he was stable though.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So why are you leaving then? You said you just want.
Because he wasn't doing better than me. I need a guy doing better than me. And if he's not doing better than me, then.
Notice ESG had to press her. He had to push her a little bit for her to finally say it. She was talking around it. And when she got frustrated, she said it. I need a man that's doing better than me. And if he's not doing better than me, then I'm out of here. In her more hood ass way, She did say exactly what Trell said here. Not enough rich. Not rich enough. Huh? Whoo. Hey. Shout out to America. Shout out to neoliberalism. Shout out to late stage capitalism. Shout out to feminism. Because your daughters' brains are cooked. Their brains are, we can't do nothing with them. White, black, Latina, Asian, or otherwise, they think like this. We can't do nothing with them. It's impossible. 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 And you can't do nothing with her. Shout out to all you men who gonna try and fail. I didn't say all women. I'm saying the ones that sound and think like this, you can't do nothing with them. We fought for a society where women can work, women can earn as much. She told you she was earning more than him. That's it for her. Huh? That's it for her. And let me see if I can find that other clip. Y'all give Z a second. Y'all give Z a second. I'm gonna play that one again too. And we're back. It's populating. It'll be up in a minute. But yeah, the clip with Myron in them. Yeah, he was doing too much. Dude was calling them women gold diggers to their face. I mean, yeah, but that's not to Z. That's not the point. That wasn't the crucial point. Pay attention. I'll mention it when it happens.
You said, yeah, but why would I want to be with a bum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say that again. What did you say?
Why would I want to be with a bum?
How come no man in this room has ever said that about a girl they dated? Because you're all gold-digging skanks. We're romantic. We'll take a bum McDonald's worker. You couldn't do that. No woman's ever done that. You guys date up, we date down. That means every ex-boyfriend you've had was better than you. That's why you let him hit it. Because you guys date up. So you f***ed up a lot. Could you marry a Burger King employee?
I won't do that.
Could any girl here do it? Has any girl in history ever done it? You're all dirty gold diggers. Admit you're And you know what's funny? That's the point. You abandoned him. Why did you abandon him?
I need someone financially at my level
A leader.
or higher.
But what if you're married to a leader?
I need some, and I'm gonna play it again because I actually ended it too soon. She said, I need someone at my financial level or higher. She said that, the young lady on the news segment that I played before, she said that. Look, huh? They're all saying the same thing, everyone. To all the technocrats, cut it out. Your daughters are using feminist language, but when we bring them into male red pill spaces, they sound like this. And it don't matter how educated or not educated she is. The money is the motive. It's the number one thing, and you will not be able to make up for it with emotional intelligence and domestic labor. Your daughters are Milton Friedman, okay? Continuing.
You said, yeah, but why would I want to be with a bum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say that again. What did you say?
Why would I want to be with a bum?
How come no man in this room has ever said that about a girl they dated? Because you're all gold-digging skanks. We're romantic. We'll take a bum McDonald's worker. You couldn't do that. No woman's ever done that. You guys date up, we date down. That means every ex-boyfriend you've had was better than you. That's why you let him hit it. Because you guys date up. So you f***ed up a lot. Could you marry a Burger King employee?
I won't do that.
Could any girl here do it? Has any girl in history ever done it? You're all dirty gold diggers. Admit you're And you know what's funny? That's the point. You abandoned him. Why did you abandon him?
I need someone financially at my level
A leader.
or higher.
But what if you're married to a leader?
How come the men here don't mind if she's a bum? Because we're the romantic gender and you guys are of the devil.
I wouldn't say all that. I wouldn't say they're of the devil. I wouldn't say all of that. Right? With that, he was definitely correct. And I think she said I made more than him. the young lady with the braids, probably lighter skinned black woman or some type of Latina. Because I guess the show, I guess she did say she left her man or whatever, and you saw what he was saying. He's definitely Latino, by the way. That is definitely a South Florida Latino, the way he talking. I didn't grow up with dudes like this. That is definitely that South Florida Latino twang. But he said it right. More than likely, Mr. Z could be wrong, so I'm gonna give myself a little bit of wiggle room, pause, a little bit of space. With that, he said it. He said it. And you heard what she said. She earned more than this. She got to go. She got to go. So this is the part to all the people just trying to put out hit pieces against the manosphere and the black manosphere and whatever. That's the part y'all won't address, and that we do. Train tracks, train tracks, train tracks. And that's why your sons come over here, because at least we're honest with them about, A, the money is the motive. Have that first. Unless, of course, you got a lot of height or you're really extremely good looking and fit. You might be able to parlay your physicality and your physique into something. But even then, well, you better come with that check of it. That might get you in the door, but right? And the older the women are, the more they might trade in their height requirement and the physique for the stability and the money. She gonna cheat on your ass though. But yeah. Huh? Mr. Z don't want to be doom and gloom all the way. With that, this is the trend. It's not all debatable if it's most, but it is the trend. This is the trend. That's why I could play y'all so many women across class, background, race, and they all essentially sound the same. Play the clip, Z.
Dating down, which means, you know, a man who...
Dating down. Really?
All right, listen, it was in the prompt, right?
Really?
I say all that.
Jeez.
Disgruntled. This is just the reality of it. So women, you know, we're more educated now, and I think that we're furthering our education. So with that being said, we're going to hold off on the baby making. We're going to hold off until we get that great job. Really career driven. And I don't think there's anything wrong with hoping that there's someone either on your level or higher than you.
So, okay.
Go ahead, doctor.
All right. So before, right, it was okay when the man made more money to be the one to buy everything, to do, you know, treat you and all this other kind of stuff. And now that you make more money, you can't be that one. Right? You can't be the one to pay for the meal and because you're dating down.
I hate that. Yeah.
What is that about? It wasn't called dating down.
Right.
Yeah.
When men were the breadwinners and all that kind of. It's called now it's dating down.
Yeah.
What is that?
I have a feeling, though, that some of the issue here is that it may be the psyche of the men, that when they make less, they are insecure and it can
This
affect the
report is about
relationship.
the women complaining about the fact that,
they
oh,
don't
now
have-
I got to get
So
a guy.
yeah, I guess my
that has
question would be,
money
so
to
are these women expecting the men to cover everything? They want those breadwinners, so they...
Yes, the answer is yes.
I have to date down now. What is that? You wanted to make more money, you make more money. What's if there is a responsibility with making more money? First of all, I don't believe in any of it. But if there's a responsibility that comes with making more money, accept it. You wanted to make more money. Right. You know, are you going to find many men out there that makes as much as you do?
And my point is, so now you're going to, because we hear so much about women that are like, oh, there's nobody out there, there's no one out there, I can't find love, I'm getting too old. Now you're going to sacrifice the fact that you could find that love because the man's not making that much money, and you're going to date down?
All right,
Ooh,
they're wrapping us. I have a feeling this is going to be our morning rush, actually.
I feel bad by myself.
Left to say.
Once again, shout out to It's Jen. She's 100% correct. The women talk all that crap about equality and fairness and equity and egalitarian and female empowerment and equal pay for equal work and all that stuff until it's time to couple up with a heterosexual man. And then all that go out the window and it's F you pay me. Once it's time to couple up with a heterosexual man, boy, the women, boy, they see nothing. It's all green. It's all green, right? And that's frightening. It's all green and that's frightening. Mr. Z Ramen. Huh? We're going to play It's Jen one more again.
A lot of women are.
Mr. Z Ramen again. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat.
A lot of women are upholding the patriarchy these days, whether they think so or not. Especially the ones who say they want protector provider men. Because all a patriarchy is a system where men hold majority positions of power, which often means they make more money. And although the girls don't want that in society, right? They're like, I want to be equal to men, have the same money, opportunities, job, success. But in the dynamic of a relationship, that changes completely. They want a man who makes more than them. They want a man who pays for everything. They want a man who is assertive and is a leader and takes charge so that way they can turn their brain off and just be a girl. That is a patriarchy, ma'am. You want a patriarchal relationship. And I don't even say that as a diss. Like, I don't think patriarchy is this big, bad boogeyman that the feminists are making it out to be. Nor do I think it needs to inherently be oppressive, right? Because then a matriarchy would also inherently be oppressive towards men. And I think both of those systems can exist without the oppression. Now, of course, humans are flawed, and we haven't found out a way to successfully do that other than our modern society that we have now. But now that we have this modern society, stop asking for the men to do all of the things. If you don't want them to have the power, don't ask them to spend the money. That only makes sense.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard it right? Huh? You know, our political class have been so preoccupied with market valuation of everything, their neoliberal doubt too, that this ticking time bomb, which is the demographic crisis, the population issue, unless of course, you know, they this is what they want. There's a whole thing about that, right? Population control. But and who is deserving and who gets to have children and who doesn't, who gets to have family and who doesn't, who gets to have nuclear family and who doesn't, and how do we make up for that? With that, you know, this is a major issue. We speak about it, you know, it's kind of pop culture-y and hey, the men not having no kids, hey, right? But no, this is a major issue, y'all. At scale, this is a societal issue. Like, I kind of agree. This is racist ass JD Vance, true indeed. But I kind of agree with him. Kind of, hey, bro. I know mainly he's talking about white folks. Duh, only talking about white folks, really. Even though he has an Indian wife. But no, this is an issue, and like, ring the alarm. But the conservative answer is bull crap. We're going to give them a chart so they can track their menstrual cycle. And then we're going to, you know, like, we're going to give them what you're going to try to do? Give them a medal for having how many children? Like, it's a bunch of crap, bro. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? My apologies, y'all. My apologies. But yeah, so all of that, you know, the conservative answer is not an answer neither. The liberal answer is not an answer either. Because they're both missing the forest through the trees, right? The conservatives don't want to come up off the money, and they really think that they can shame their daughters and Christian out their daughters enough to have enough white babies, and it's not going to happen. I'm going to just let y'all know, by the way, even in those states, watch, they're going to find a way to still not have those children. Even in those states where y'all banned baby deletions, they're going to find a way. So yeah, you might have got a little bump recently. The women gonna find a way. They're not having the kids, bro. Especially if they live in major cities in those states, they're not having them, bro. It's expensive. We're back, y'all, and no, it's not Regulus, but still interruption. My apologies, y'all. Mr. Z still here. We are still here, right? And exactly. And No Hero says neither want to come up off the money. I will give this to the left. The left realizes it's a lot of money, but what the left tries to say, the left tries to make up for class and income with all the feminist crap of being likable and going to college, which I'm not against those things, but that's not the issue. The money is. I don't care what the women are saying with that weirdo feminist language. Look at the divorce rate and who's getting divorced. Look at the marriage rate and who's getting married, and very importantly, staying married. You can't make up with that with this fake ass character flaw crap. That's not the issue. Stop framing it with that. So I agree with you, no heroes. Neither want to come up off the money. The right don't want to come off the money. They really think, like, shout out to Sergeant Lee Pete who said it, they want obedient, compliant poors, and they want you to have the children, the boys. They want the white women to have the boys and the girls so they could just have more boys. And they want the white boys to be entrepreneurs and to be of fighting military age, etc., etc. But neither one of them want to come off the money. The right think you could drown all this out with good Christian home believing, lame ass worshiping white baby Jesus crap. That's what the right believes. The left believes that if you just adhere to some feminist view of women and relationship with women and your equality, but those same exact women on the left, I mean the exact same ones, in mass are not dealing with no man that don't earn more than them. So there go your whole equality crap. Huh? So yeah. Right? But on that note, y'all, Z got things to do. Right? And shout out to the replay gang. Thank you, button, hype button, please, and thank you. Remember, we have a membership. I miscounted. I thought I had 15 members. It's actually 13. So we're pretty much halfway there. We need another 12, and then I'm gonna start doing my members only and members first stuff. I thought it was 15, it was 13. So yeah, I miscounted earlier. So as more and more of you sign up, we will start when we get to 15 another 12 members, which will put us at 25. What else did I want to say? So this is Mr. Z coming to y'all today. Ignore at society's peril, and I'm gonna fix the title of peril. I can't believe I didn't say this, the title of the stream, the whole stream. Ignore at society's peril. Ignore the women's effery at society's peril. Ignore the double standards in the weirdo stuff at society's peril. Ignore the financial environment and how it's affecting men and women at society's peril. Ignore the men essentially showing you through action that there's too much pain in the system at society's peril. Huh? Ignore that the women want patriarchy by feminist specifications in mass at society's peril. And so on that note, everyone, we will truly pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content and other non-Manosphere content for the love of God. And Mr. Z out. All right, y'all.
You are now listening to Mr. Z Blackneffect.